Shalom, all praises to Yahawah, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone, peace and safety to the elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, it's a Ratazah once again. And I have an article here that I came across as I was on Instagram scrolling through, and a page I follow had reposted this article, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a video. All right, it's from a website called midnightindthedesert.com. All right, it says, the title says, the head of secret Pentagon program says UFOs can warp space-time. All right, and lately there's been a lot more UFO sightings, a lot of them more evident, more clear. All right, which is getting to the point where people can't deny it anymore, man. You know, and we've been prophesying, beginning with the apostles and elders. We've been prophesying, or we've been speaking on the UFOs, you know, for years, man. How they're basically written of in the scriptures, all right? So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and I'm going to add to it with a couple scriptures, all right? It says Luis Elizondo, former head of a secret Pentagon program studying UFOs, is now extending his recent remarks about craft witnessed in our skies. It says, in an interview with the UK Daily, February 8th, Elizondo made the following boggling comments. It says, I'm going to read the comment he made. It says, for the first time, we have a compelling picture that what we are seeing is explained in our current understanding of physics, advanced physics, and quantum mechanics. It says, we do believe all these observables we've been seeing, sudden and extreme UFO acceleration, hypersonic velocities, low observability, trans-medium travel, and last but not least, positive lift anti-gravity is really the manifestation of a single technology. Right, and I have a scripture on deck, Ezekiel, the first chapter, which describes what he's saying in this comment he made, man. All right, basically how the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel, the chariots of the Most High, they're spiritual vehicles, man. All right, this is not like Esau's fighter jets or his chariots, you know, which are flesh, which I'm gonna get also later on in Isaiah 31. But these chariots are spiritual, they're spiritual devices, man. All right, they could change shape, they could disappear, reappear, they could move faster than the speed of light. All right, and they're being controlled by the angels. All right, which the angels are black. So this former Pentagon, what to say he was. Yeah, the former head of the Pentagon, okay, all he had to do was read Ezekiel, the first chapter, and you would have already known this, man. All right, I'm going to read on. It says, so it's not 5 exotic technologies we're trying to figure out. It's one, and we think we know that one too. It says, we believe it has to do with a high amount of energy and the ability to warp space-time, not by a lot, but by a little. See, Esau really doesn't know. These are just speculations based off his research that he's able to research. But you can't really search out the so-called UFOs, man. All right, they're such a mystery. All right, and they're so spiritual that the Lord's only going to allow you to know what He wants you to know. All right, and let me see. All right, let me read this last part. It says, the Sun also obtained a comment from Elizondo's colleague, physicist Hal Puthoff. It says Puthoff came to the conclusion that the UFO craft can effectively create their own time-space bubble, which allows them to fly at such incredible speeds. Now I'm gonna get that's probably what I'm going to read from that article. All right, you brothers can read it on your own. Just do a search. But I'm gonna read Ezekiel, the first chapter. I'm gonna jump right to the point. You can read the whole thing on your own, where it goes into the description of the angels. All right, but I'm gonna get right to the point where it speaks about the chariots. So all that guy had to do was read Ezekiel 1, and he would have been known that, man. That's information that we already knew. All right, how the chariots are spiritual. They could do these mind-boggling things. All right, like I mentioned earlier, they could reappear, they could disappear and reappear. They could change shape. They could move faster than the speed of light, man. They could change direction at any given time. And this is what Esau is gearing up to fight against, man. All right, when you read Revelations, what's that? Revelations 12, I believe it is. All right, and like we always say, man, Esau's going to be, he's going to be destroyed in the worst way, man. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at 15. Read a couple verses. It says, "Now as I beheld the living creatures," which was living creatures talking about the angels. It says, "Behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces." And when you read further on, you're going to realize that wheel is talking about the so-called UFOs, the chariots, or as some people like to deem, flying saucers. All right. It says, "The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl, and they four had one likeness, in their appearance and their work was as it were in a wheel in the middle of a wheel." Right. So Ezekiel, he's describing what he's seeing based off his terminology and his vocabulary, but he's seeing a wheel within a wheel. What is that? That's a so-called UFO. All right. If you type in UFO in the Google images, what are you going to see? You're going to see something that looks like a wheel within a wheel. All right. Or actually, matter of fact, just go to Google and type in Ezekiel's wheel, and you'll see or have a bunch of images of so-called UFOs. All right, verse 17, it says, "When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went." Yeah, meaning these wheels, all right, or the wheel that Ezekiel's describing, their center of gravity or how they maneuver, it's not that of just something, just normal, man. It's like they move like in a zigzag form. They can move at any direction at will. All right, and they quick, man. All right. It says, verse 18, it says, "As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four." Talking about the lights. They were illuminated going around. All right. It says, verse 19, "And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up," showing you that the angels was controlling the UFOs. Now Esau, which is the so-called white man, he likes to depict the angels as aliens with big eyes. All right. When you watch these UFO invasion movies like Independence Day and all that, what do they have? Or even in certain cartoons, they'll depict the angels as aliens with big eyes, when really they're the big black men, man. All right. It says verse 20, it says, "Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels." You see that? So yeah, that living creature is not talking about no alien or no little green man with big eyes and all that. Looking like E.T. No, man. These are spiritual angels of the Most High. All right, and these chariots are being controlled by them, man, and they're basically virtually unstoppable, man. Okay, and that's what that guy was describing in his comment, man, back in that article. Now I'm gonna go from there. It's probably gonna be my last scripture. I didn't want to go too long. It's just a quick, just a quick hit. Matter of fact, Isaiah 31, just to prove that Esau is not going to be able to deal with these spiritual vehicles, man, or the angels. All right, he's going to try. He's going to fail miserably, man. Okay, it says this is Isaiah 31:3. It says, now the Egyptians are men. Okay, and now what the modern day Egyptians through the spirit is the so-called white man, right? Esau. Why? Because it says what? It says what's that, Revelations 11, where it says their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt. All right, so we have America, which is spiritually Egypt in the reincarnation. So who's running America? Who's running the known world? The so-called white man, Esau. All right, it says now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High. It's the point right here. It says, and their horses flesh. All right, I heard one of the elders bring the scripture out, man. Yeah, their horses are flesh. What's their horses? They're chariots, man. They're fighter jets, they're planes, helicopters, choppers, and they're vehicles on the earth. Whether it's Humvees and tanks, those things could be blown up, man. All right, those things could be destroyed. But you're fighting against a spiritual device. Excuse me. You're fighting against a spiritual device that could disappear and reappear, man. That can move, that can move faster than the speed of light. Right? It's virtually unstoppable to go up against these things, man, because you're really fighting against the spirit of YAHAWASHI, which has been defeated, or excuse me, Slakia, that's a slip of the tongue, which has been undefeated since the beginning of time, man. Okay, so it says what? It says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. You see that? So you have Esau's horses, or the Egyptians' horses, their flesh, but then you got YAHAWASHI's horses, which are the spirit, man. And that's why they can do those type of mind-boggling things that would go against physics, so to speak. Like, God damn, how the hell, It says when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. And that's what's going to happen to America, man. And everybody that's joined unto America or tries to assist America and the so-called white man, they're all going to fall together, man. They're all going to be destroyed, man. Okay, so that's the point on that. I just wanted to bring out this article, all right, concerning the UFOs. Hopefully that was edifying, all right. So with that, all praises to Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. Dub unto the apostles, elders, a great millstone. Until next time, Shalom.